the music that has spanned generations, and in this case, it is linking generations.
Switching careers halfway through life can be a daunting experience, but it helps to face change with a song in your heart and a spring in your step.
In tonight's Different Story, CNN's John Holloman reports on a woman who took that plunge, following her dream and her heritage.
I'd like to introduce my friend right now, Mary Ellen, ladies and gentlemen.
Mary Ellen Lerner, 38 years old, starting a new career as a lounge singer in the Washington suburbs. When Mary Ellen was growing up, her life was middle class and what she called normal, except when her grandparents came around.
My grandmother would come to school in a big black limousine, which was very embarrassing. You know, didn't have that 80s attitude, you know, but, take me off to a restaurant or a theater or her house in the country.
Mary Ellen's grandfather was Irving, perhaps the most prolific composer in American music. God bless America. As a child, she wanted to be a singer, but figured she could never be as good as her grandpa.
I stayed away from music professionally for that reason, and I kept coming back to it. I kept being drawn to it. I think it must have been that. There was something that held me back from taking voice lessons, from going on the stage in a musical fashion. And I always wanted to keep music very private, so I did the theater thing instead.
Mary Ellen tried acting, then journalism, doing celebrity interviews, but still, music beckoned. Then 5 years ago, shortly after her grandfather's death, she attended a memorial tribute when something amazing happened.
There were all these wonderful singers arrayed on a stage singing my grandfather's music. And I was sitting listening to this, and I just said to myself, I've got to do this. I've got to sing. I've got to connect with this music in a much more personal way and continue this tradition and express what's been inside of me. And this seems to be the moment. And suddenly it was okay.
It was almost as if Irving had given her permission to sing.
Just in a way he was. I think the music was speaking to me. The combination of my grandfather through the music. I didn't hear his voice. It was more a voice inside myself, but the music was pulling me out, pulling the music out of me.
She wonders what her grandfather would say if he could see her now.
I think he'd love it, actually. He was very, wow, kiddo, this is great, you know. I mean, he did do this thing that my mother always imitates, which is, well, you got the talent, can you do it?
And she can. Her piano player says she has the credentials to be famous, and she could be if she wanted to.
Singers tend to have the ego type problem, and Mary Ellen doesn't. She's a very solid individual, a good wife.